Good day, ladies and gents, this is Leo from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Roundup, and I'll be rounding up this week's Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, OCG, and Master Duel news. All sources will be linked in the description below. Thank you YGO organization for continuing to report all things Yu-Gi-Oh! And the translators for allowing players to continue to theorycraft new support ahead of the TCG schedule. We appreciate all the work you've done for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. Disclaimer, I will only be covering news in relation to Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, OCG, and Master Duel formats, as we do not have an official TCG Rush Duel format, and all merchandise and anime related news will be omitted from this roundup. These videos are more so about getting people up to speed on the latest Yu-Gi-Oh! Physical card game news of the week, so I'll only be highlighting a few key cards from any of the new card reveals. First, I recommend you make your own opinion of the new reveals after reading what the rest of the new revealed cards do. Without further ado, let us begin the news roundup. This is another double week video, as the previous week I took a break for the King's birthday public holiday, so we'll be starting from the week of 5th June and then go to the 12th of June. Starting last week off, we have a new Battling Boxer spell for Animation Chronicles, Ring Announcer, a normal spell that is always treated as a Battling Boxer card. You can only activate one with this card's name once per turn. Special summon one Battling Boxer monster from the hand. Then you can destroy spells or traps on the field up to the number that exceeds monsters you control. It's alright, extended from hand and the potential back row hit depending on the number of generic exceeds monsters you control, standard fare for a card. Japan's got something awesome! We have a vanilla non-ritual Blackluster Soldier that can be used in official duels. They'll be treated as cards of the same name, so you can't have free non-rituals and free ritual versions of it in your deck. It looks like there's 1,000 of these available in Japan, and even then it's a chance via a scratch card for buying 3,000 yen of Yu-Gi-Oh! Product. Pretty cool incentive if you're a lucky winner. This is made thanks to the crazy stainless steel non-ritual version of the Blackluster Soldier that was a prize back in the video game national tournament ages ago. Cool to see this realized in a physical card. We actually have a new Rhoda-like card, but in the form of Bonfire, a new normal spell that allows you to add one level 4 or lower Pyro monster from your deck to your hand. It really is the year of fire with all this Pyro and fire support this year. Volcanics are going to love this. We now have the effect for Super Future Polymerization over Future Fusion, which is a continuous spell with the following effect. During your main phase, you can activate one of these effects. Reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck, and then send one of the fusion materials mentioned on it by name from your deck to the graveyard. And if you do, you cannot special summon monsters with that name or activate their monster effects for the rest of this turn. Fusion summon one Dark Machine fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your graveyard. You're going to use each of the effect of this card's name once per turn. This is really bad, unfortunately. The dumping effect really does nothing since you can't even activate the graveyard effects once you send them, and the fusion summoning is limited to Dark Machine fusion monsters. Extremely limiting. I can't see how this can ever be used. A new promo card has come out with Flame Tongue, the Blazing Magical Blade, a Link 2 Fire Warrior Link effect monster with 1400 attack, with arrows pointing bottom left and bottom right, requiring 2 fire monsters. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Face-up spells or traps cannot be destroyed by opponent's effects. You can target one of your banished fire monsters added to your hand. If you do, you cannot activate the effects of cards with that name for the rest of this turn. This is really good for some fire archetypes, honestly. I can see Volcanics making use of this to keep their blaze accelerators up, as well as their new continuous trap from getting dusted or stormed. They can even recur one of their banished pyros back to their hand after they've been cycled through. Considering how it looks aesthetically, Infinite Nobles can keep all their equips from also being dusted or stormed, and if they banish one of their Infinite Nobles for Phoenix Blade or with their own effects, Flame Tongue can recur them back for follow-up once again. Honestly, a really good Link monster. I'm excited for this card. The Crimson King structure has a new card in Fiendish Golem, a normal trap that does the following. Target one monster on the field with 2000 or more attack, banish it until the end phase of the next turn. Then, if you activate this card while you controlled Red Dragon Archfiend or a single monster that mentioned it, you can set one Fiendish Chain from your deck or graveyard. This is such a funny card. It sets Fiendish Chain, a pretty relevant card back in the days, but not so much now. It's nice support for it, and it's interesting how they're tackling old spells and traps now. It won't make them good, but it's pretty funny nonetheless. We'll cover some Master Duel updates now. We now have Misjudged sleeves for completing the proficiency test for Master Duel. We now also have a card report feature that showcases the usage and win rates of specific cards. Pretty cool. We now have new monster in Abyss Actors Protocol, and holy moly, a Cyber's duel field. That is awesome. There may basically even link arrows, holy moly. I'm definitely buying this as soon as possible. We now also got Lubellian sleeves as well in the launch of the new Climax of the Showdown pack, which brings in the crazy Bysteals, Tri-Brigade, Spriggans, and more into Master Duel. More rental duels, but I think they're over by the time this is uploaded, which included Dogmatica, Spriggans, and Abyss Actors. Legend Anthology Academy is now available with event regulations for Hero, Armed Dragon, and Cyber Dragons. You can get Armed Neos as an icon as well as a bunch of gems for participating. Dimension 3 archetypes will also be part of the loaner decks for this event. Synchro Festival is also making a return on 19th of June, with gems and TG Field Pod being part of the rewards this time around. The loaner decks for this event are Goaty, Red Dragon Archfade, and Ice Jade. Exciting events for this one. Tournament Pack 2023 Volume 3 now has the following cards added to the reprint line as follows: Fireflint Lady, Chronograph Sorcerer, Performer Pal, Celestial Magician, and Xyz Block. A new Earthbound trap has been revealed for Animation Chronicles with Earthbound Release, a normal trap that does the following. When a level 6 or higher monster is normal or special summoned, tribute one level 10 Earthbound monster. Destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to destroyed monster's total original attack. I don't know what to think about this one. This could potentially cause a bunch of damage to even get game, but the requirement being a level 10 Earthbound is pretty hefty. We'll see how this goes. New Age of Overlord cards are popping out for Thesis Lore, with one new effect monster, one pendulum monster, one synchro monster, 2 spells, 1 normal and 1 quick play, and 2 traps. The card I would like to highlight here is Vida Upanishad, a level 12 Dark Warrior pendulum monster with 0 attack and 4 bars of defense with a pendulum scale of 0. Its pendulum effect, once per chain, if a monster is destroyed, place 3 counters on this card. This card's pendulum scale is increased by the number of counters on it. You can remove 12 counters from this card, special summon it, its monster effects cannot be normal or set, must be special summoned by its own pendulum effect. You can only special summon Veda Upanishad once per turn. Once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, you can banish 12 cards from your hand, field, and or graveyard face down, becomes the end phase of this turn. Once per turn, during your standby phase, return this card to the hand, then you can special summon one of your Veda monsters that is banished or in your hand, deck, or graveyard. Wow, that's a lot of effects. I hate pendulums for a reason because of that. Anyways, this card is funky in that it can just end your turn when it feels like it, especially if the opponent needs a Link 1 or something to extend further. Upanishad can just stop the deck in its place. Kinda scary, but we'll see how often this can happen. OCG will be getting their ban list on the 1st of July, and the ban list will be announced on the 25th of June. We'll see how we go with this. Horus are getting some new stuff in Age of Overlord, with 4 new effect monsters, 1 spell, and 1 trap. I'll highlight the monster Immensity, Glory of Horus, a level 8 dark spellcaster effect monster with 3000 attack and 1800 defense. You can only special summon this card's name with its first effect once per turn. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you control Pharaonic Sarcophagus, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. You can send 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard, including this card, add 1 Pharaonic Sarcophagus from your deck to your hand, then draw 1 card. If another card you control leaves the field by the opponent's card effect while you control this monster, you can send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. Interesting. All the monsters here rely on Pharaonic Sarcophagus, the new continuous spell, to be brought back, which is pretty cool. It goes neutral in card advantage since you send 2 to get 2 cards, but you get another Pharaonic Sarcophagus at least for follow-up in case your first one disappears. The removal is pretty nice since it's you sending the card, but what's stopping the opponent from removing this guy first, if you get me? Not a bad start to these new Horus cards. Now we're starting the news off for this week, where we got the full TCG list for Monstrous Revenge, as will be coming out next week on the 23rd of June 2023. Some awesome cards being reprinted, and we're getting a fair amount of Quarter Century cards as well. You can check out the full list in the article from YG Organization. But I personally am excited for the Flame Wingman retrain, Link Dakota for my Mathmex, and Bradamante for Infinite Nobles. And also to see Punk reprints, Zeus, IP, and the Adventurer package coming here too. Also, alternate art for Engage looks pretty slick. DLC coming for Vanquished Souls in Age of Overlord with a new effect monster and a trap. I'll cover the monster in this case. Vanquished Soul Jiaolong, a level 5 Fire Worm effect monster with 2400 attack and 2100 defense. You're going to use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Also, they cannot activate in the same chain. You reveal a card in the hand to activate a Vanquished Soul card's effect. You can special summon this card from your hand. Quick effect, you can activate one of these effects by revealing monsters in your hand with the listed attributes. If it's just fire, change the battle position of one monster on the field. If both of them are fire, add 1 Vanquished Soul card from your deck to your hand except Vanquished Soul Jiaolong. Pretty good! Another searcher and easy to bring out with its own special summon effect. This is a good boost to Vanquished Souls. I like it. We also get a new Pendulum and Quick Play spell for Nouvelles in the Age of Overlord. We'll cover the Pendulum monster in this case. Poissonnier de Nouvelles, a level 1 Dark Fairy Pendulum effect monster with 700 attack and 1700 defense, with a pendulum scale of 8, with the following pendulum effects. You can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control a ritual monster, you can target one monster on the field, special summon this card, then change the targeted monster's battle position. The monster effects are as follows. You can only use the first monster effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can activate one of these effects. Add one level 1 ritual monster or one recipe card from your deck to your hand. Banish any number of recipe cards from your graveyard, and if you do, special summon one Nouvelle's ritual monster from your hand with a level equal to the number banished. This card on the field is tributed and added to the extra deck face up. You can place it in your pendulum zone. Hey, not bad, it's a search for a level 1 ritual monster or a recipe card, and it's easy to bring itself out. The other effect is honestly not bad. You can bring out any Nouvelle's monster of your choice if you banish enough recipe cards. I like this. A new Transcendosaur card has come out to play in Age of Overlord with Transcendosaurus Exoraptor, a link-free dark dinosaur effect monster with 3000 attack, pointing up, left, and right, requiring 2 or more dinosaur monsters including a level 6 or higher monster. You're going to use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is special summon, you can special summon one dinosaur monster from your hand. If a face-up dinosaur monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you can draw one card. If this card is destroyed, you can shuffle one normal monster from your graveyard into the deck. Then you can special summon this card. This is a bit difficult to bring out unless you run Ripodocus or something, and with the arrows, it's a bit difficult to make use of the second effect to draw cards when dinosaur monsters get destroyed as well. Unless it revises itself out and be in the main monster zone, I'm not confident about this one, but we shall see. We have confirmation of the next deck build set archetype names in Valiant Smashers. We have Memento, Centurion, and Valmonica archetypes. Looking forward to hear more about them. Ogdoadic finally gets some great support in Age of Overlord with a new effect monster and quick play spell. I'll cover the quick play spell. Ogdoadic Dawn of Creation, a quick play spell card which does the following. You're going to use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Tribute one reptile monster you control. For every 2 levels that monster had, special summon up to 1 Ogdoadic token. You can banish this card from your graveyard during the main phase, and if you do, you can target one of your banished reptile monsters, shuffle that monster into the deck, then you can send one reptile monster from your deck to the graveyard. This is pretty good, you get some tokens to take advantage of, and you can make more ways to sack more reptiles in the grave. I like it, and the monster is great too. We'll see how it turns out though. You know what time it is? It's What Support time for Age of Overlord. A new effect monster, a new synchro monster, and a new continuous spell are here. Let's cover the spell, What Kingdom, a continuous spell card which does the following. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of any of their monsters in the same column as this card or one of your What monsters that activate when they are normal or special summoned. You can target one What monster you control. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except What Thunder monsters. Also, special summon one What monster with a different name from your deck, then you lose life points equal to the summoned monster's attack. Holy moly, this is a good way to bring out What monsters, and What monsters can get their normal or special summon effects off without any issues from monster negates. Very solid card, I like this. Speed Duel Tournament Pack 6 is coming with upgrades to DD Survivor and Banisher of the Radiance, coming as ultra rares. Elemental Hero Nova Master also comes through with a super rare along with Evil Hero Infernal Prodigy, with common copies of King of the Skull Servants, Hidden Armory, and Lost Wind. Nice reprints all around. Here comes round 2 of the reprints in Tournament Pack 2023 Volume 3 for OCG. We have What Giraffe, What Hydra, Red Wyvern, and Ogdoadic Water Lily. Looks like we'll be getting some Red Dragon support in Age of Overlord then. To add to this, we have confirmation that Salamangreat Violet Chimera will be getting a special blue reprint, which makes me think that we will also potentially get Salamangreat support in Age of Overlord? Let's see then. To end this week off, we have the next V-Jump promo, Brionac, the Dragon of Icy Malevolence, a new level 6 synchro effect monster, a retrain of the original Brionac. It will get its effects on July 7th, 2023. Hey there, Editor Leo here. I just found there was 2 more cards that got announced as I was editing this video, so I'll just put these at the near end here. The first card is Junk Dragonlet, a level 5 Earth Machine effect monster with 2100 attack and 1800 defense. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control a synchro summon monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Not synchro summon monster, sorry, it's just a synchro monster, my apologies. And when a synchro monster you control declares an attack, you can banish this card from graveyard. That attacking monster gains 100 attack until the end of this turn. It's a good extender, can push for game if you just don't have enough with an 800 extra attack boost, so that's pretty cool. And the second card is Burgundy, the Magic Elf, a level 4 Dark Spellcaster effect monster with 1600 attack and 1400 defense. You're going to use this card's name's first and second effects once per turn each. If a card is discarded from your opponent's hand by a card effect while this card is in the monster zone, you can inflict 400 damage to your opponent for each discarded card, and when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. So this kind of is a slight counter to Dark World, but not really at the same time. It's pretty cool that when Dark World people discard their cards, they will take 400 damage for each of the discarded cards. That's pretty cool. And if you ram this card into a monster and get it sent to the graveyard, you can just sack a card from the opponent's hand. So pretty cool. Very strange card at the same time, but very cool nonetheless. And that's a wrap. Thank you all for watching or listening to this video. I appreciate that you reached the end of this video. If you like these quick news roundup, please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want more of this. And I will speak with you all in the next roundup.